Welcome back to another episode of the Marriage Experiment Podcast. This is episode 2.
No, this is 3. This is episode 3.
Unfair fights. I'm your host. We dive deep into information that we have on our spouse or people we have relationships with. And sometimes we use the vulnerable information to use against them in arguments. But before we dive deep into this information, let me introduce my wife, co-host, other half.
All of that. What's up? It's your girl, Just in the building. Blood gang. All right. What's up, y'all? Let's get into it.
All right. Well, conflicts are inevitable in relationships. And sometimes they can be healthy, sometimes unhealthy, but they can lead to growth in the relationships.
Ugh. It's so fun because people used to always ask me, like, when we were first dating, do y'all argue a lot? Have y'all had your first argument? And da-da-da. I'm like, no. Oh, it'll happen. Y'all still in the honeymoon phase. I'm like,
no, we don't.
So
I think we done got our arguing out in life. At least I know I have. I don't.
You, child.
I done argued till my damn face done turned blue.
Me.
Got nowhere.
So we both came from very argumentative relationships.
For sure.
And that was one thing I hated. Like, it was like walking on eggshells. You couldn't say anything and do anything. The slightest thing sparks an argument. And it was just like, I'm not doing this every day.
Every day.
Like, it was legit every day. Like,
about
for real.
Anything. About
anything.
I'm talking about. Why you call me after work? Oh, my Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
Like, anything. It was to the point where I was like, this ain't even fun. This ain't even healthy. So it was like, yeah.
I can't even flirt with you.
Like, it was bad. So I knew moving forward into a new relationship that arguing was one thing. I was like, look, we can figure out another way to resolve our issues, our problems. But arguing, I can't do it. Yes, like he just said, it's going to happen. It has happened. But it was nothing crazy, nothing major. But we have matured and learned other ways to navigate our obstacles. So that's another thing we're going to talk about today. Giving a little bit of advice on how to navigate, resolving conflicts between you, your significant other, your spouse, or whomever. It could be a friend. It could be somebody in the workspace. So just anybody in anywhere.
Or I'll teach you how to win arguments. I'm raw with it.
He's not. Because
I'm telling you, I can argue anything. I can argue with myself.
And people do argue about anything. And it's like, if you, like you and your friends argue about anything. Yeah, it's so annoying.
I mean, sometimes you get the blood flowing.
But like, why do people argue for real about
in relationships? Stuff? Because they haven't. Honestly, when you first meet somebody, I feel like you gotta almost set the ground rules. Almost like when you get a job.
Like I did from the beginning. This what it is. This what it ain't. Act accordingly.
That's not it. But I did. As far as relationships, you have to set the ground rules. Just like if you worked at Burger King, now you go over to Chick-fil-A, they have an order and process in which they operate from. So you can't take your process from Burger King and take it to Chick-fil-A. You got to do what Chick-fil-A says. Hey, my pleasure. You better not say, what up, baby? Let me take your order.
Nah, go ahead with your order. I'm like, God, dog, McDonald's, y'all rude up here.
Right, but
go ahead when you're ready. But,
dang, hey, how you doing?
That Chick-fil-A service
at all times.
That's what you be giving me.
I don't.
That's why I had liked you so much and gave you my phone number. What's your phone number?
What is your phone
But no,
number?
so people argue about several things when it comes to relationships. It could be values. It could be communication. If it's kids in the mix, it could be about kids. It could be about finances.
That's
it can
the
be
number
about
one.
A lot of things.
That's the number one cause of divorce. Finances.
We did learn that in marriage counseling.
Finances is very important.
Mm-hmm. So, if you are engaged, make sure y'all have that financial talk in advance, because you don't want something to pop up later on after you done signed them papers and it's like, well, dang, I ain't know you had XYZ.
It's too late.
So, yeah. So, even with values, it's like, if y'all have kids, if you think, okay, yeah, they need a whooping, or you think, oh no, I can just talk to them stern. It's like,
yeah, some
that
things
can
need a whooping.
cause conflict. That can cause arguments. So a lot of the times it's communication, making sure you're on the same page with your significant other, whomever it is.
Or in the beginning of relationships, in that honeymoon stage, sometimes you let things slide because you think, oh, it ain't really that big. But in all actuality, when you really think about it, you just let it slide because you didn't want to step on any toes.
Yeah.
But if this is going to be a lifetime of this joke or saying or whatever, you got to say something up front.
So one thing we did up front, like to get to know each other, was we had a set of conversation cards. And we went through about 2 decks, two and a half decks of these cards.
Yeah.
And it's about 100 cards in each deck?
Yeah.
Maybe? So the cards were topics that you typically wouldn't discuss once you're first dating or getting to know somebody. So they were like deeper conversation cards.
You wouldn't even think to ask some of these questions.
So we were going through those decks, and it was like, well, hey, how do you look at XYZ, or what do you think about, or what are your views on, what's your take on? And those are things, because I know I wouldn't have asked those questions getting to know somebody. So
you wouldn't even, just some of, like I said, some of the stuff you wouldn't even think to ask, but it was a good way to get the conversation started. Mm-hmm. And the conversation is going to flow from there.
And then also say, well, is this person a good fit for me? Are we on the same page? Because if you disagree on a lot of those topics, it's like, we're not even compatible. Like, we're not going to get along.
We're not,
because you're going to see this way, and I'm always going to see this way, or I believe something should be like this. So it's good to make sure you're on the same page from the beginning.
Right. And when it comes to like finances, if you're the type that you're like, hey, I don't spend like this, I'm not a shopper. I know me personally.
I'm not a shopper.
She lying for no reason.
Amazon be here every day this week.
Amazon be on the way every day. Come on, man. I feel like they know her name personally.
Mind your business.
I'm not the shopper. I'm the chill. I only shop when it's time to do something, not so more. But this person, every day. It don't matter what it is. A book. She just finished a new book. I think I'm going to look on Amazon and find the next one.
I need the next book. At least it's something like to, educate my mind.
It's not educational at all. That book, it was an educational book. I'm sorry.
It was. I learned a lot. Thank you very much.
What did you learn?
No, it was a psycho killer book.
Right. Now I
shout out to my ladies that love the psycho killer documentaries and can sit there and watch them for hours. Shout out to y'all.
Right, psychopaths.
I love them. I can watch a psycho killer documentary.
You seen what they said on the internet about y'all that watch those shows before going to sleep? Y'all need some help. Y'all need some therapy.
Well, help me.
Nah, you need more than I got for you.
Help me,
You
boo.
need to sit on that little couch.
Anyway, back to the conversation about conflict before we have one.
Okay, but that also leads to communication when mad. Some people focus on tone, curse words, staying calm or being loud. Like,
what you do when you mad?
It depends on what I'm mad about. I don't get mad often now.
You don't, but when you get mad, how you be?
It depends on what it is. I mean,
you be turned up or you be chilling?
I done got mad a couple times.
Oh, I know. What you did? What you did when you was mad?
I was
Like, no, you ain't got to. You got to. But no, so I think communication when you're mad also comes from how you saw conflicts handled in your household growing up.
I seen some turned up stuff.
So, as for me, when I grew up, my parents have been married, 40 years now?
What?
And to this day, I have never seen them, like, legit argue or fuss. Yes, the little petty, pick up your clothes, you always leave.
Right.
Whatever.
But
like a for real argument, I have never seen my parents argue. And I think that plays a role in why I don't like to argue. Like, I'm not a confrontational person unless.
But you will. Let somebody push them buttons.
Baby, I'm gonna lean up, okay? I'm laid back till you make me lean up. But I think your upbringing has a lot to do with how you handle conflicts as well. Like I said, I've never seen my parents really argue. I've never seen them like flat out cuss each other out.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I know growing up, I've seen a whole bunch of arguing. I'm talking about some craziness. But I also was at everybody's house. I was the nephew, cousin that went to everybody's house. So I can hang around the adults because I ain't saying nothing, but I seen everything.
Oh, you sit back ear hustling. Just taking it in.
I ain't saying nothing. I'm almost invisible in the corner, but I'm watching. I ain't gonna tell. Well, I know. I seen a whole bunch of arguing.
Do you think that plays a factor in how you communicate when you're upset?
Yeah, most of the time I'm pretty chill and can communicate because I don't like the confrontation. I don't like nobody that curse at me or be loud with me. So I try to reciprocate that energy. Sometimes I fall short, but overall, I try to keep it cool because at the end of the day, I want you to get my message and not my tone or being loud. So you stop. Because typically, if you loud with me, the conversation really over. We can keep on talking.
We can't keep talking.
Hold up. I'm saying, but if you're loud with me, typically, I ain't listening no more.
I can assure you, if I'm talking to you like this, and you come at me up here,
conversation over.
I'm not responding and I'm not listening.
You're going to sleep.
If it's light enough, baby, I'm getting to bed.
Oh.
Talk to me tomorrow.
I don't want to talk tomorrow.
Well, we just won't talk then which is not good. It's not good.
Right.
Like they say, don't go to sleep unhappy or upset and you be up for a week straight.
Right.
Like, nah, psych.
We about to stay up all night.
But no, it is good to communicate those feelings before you go to sleep so you don't, because I know if I don't sleep well. And y'all know, well, y'all might not know, but those of you that know me know my sleep
for 4 days straight
is precious to me. So when I don't have a good night's sleep, I'm upset. So
you gonna sleep regardless. If you had a good night's sleep or not, you'll go back to sleep.
But it ain't the same. Like if there's something on my mind or I'm feeling something or I'm just like not at peace with something, I don't sleep well.
But this is another thing, not to like go off subject, but what I feel like women do this the most. If I address an issue with you, you don't do this, but in my past I've dealt with this. If I have an issue with you, you change the subject to something I did 6 months ago, just to win the argument. You gotta stay on topic. I won't allow it because I make sure you get back on subject. We could talk about it tomorrow, later.
You talking about like bringing up stuff that's not currently dealing with the situation at hand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or you might use a bigger issue. You're like, oh, you did this. Well, you cheated. Wait a minute. We're talking about the toilet seat. What are you talking about?
But see, the thing with that is, it's like, well, don't try to bring it up now, because if it was something that bothered you so much, you had the opportunity when I did it to talk about it.
Talk to me about it.
Don't
please.
bring it up now that you under the fire and try to deflate it. Oh my God, that pisses
but women
me
do
off.
it. Women do it the most because they don't.
Men do it too.
Nah, it's mostly women. Y'all aren't accountable.
How you know? Well, you ain't never dated a man, so you don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all do it. You don't know.
What?
You know men do it.
I don't know nothing. See?
You got homeboys. You know men do it.
Yeah, take that thing and talk about something that happened 3 years ago.
So, to his point, stick to what is being talked about. Don't bring up something the other day that I did. Why you ain't say something the other day? If you were so mad, you should have said something then. Right now, we talking about the situation at hand. That's another thing we learned in marriage counseling. But don't bring up XYZ outside of what this is. They say
be an active listener. Don't place the blame. Don't have a whole bunch of I statements and you statements. It's like, it's we, how can we get through this? How can you get through this?
Yeah,
but those are two different things and two different statements.
That mess is hard though. When it's like,
You did it?
When it's like one person that's like the angel and never does anything.
Who? I mean, you just talking about general. Oh, you talking about...
I could be speaking of myself because I am like part angel. I don't do anything.
Are you?
Can you not agree? Come on now. I'm pretty good.
I don't get mad for no reason. I don't.
You ain't been... You been mad. It ain't nothing I done did. It's something I said. Like, as far as doing stuff, I
don't do that.
Angel. Because I'm not a good liar, so I can't keep up with the lies.
Oh, yeah, we ain't talking about nothing like that.
So...
I don't about want to die in Durham. Like,
I'm an angel.
Right.
Can't you agree?
Yeah, for sure.
But no, like when you... Using the I and the you statements, that is big. Because when it's you this, it's like, well, dang, you just
I'm under
drilling
attack.
me down to the ground. It's like, well, I know I messed up. I know I did X, Y, Z, but it's like, well, can you flip him? Like, well, I feel this way, or it makes me feel like this. Just pertaining to whatever the situation is at hand, not anything outside of what is currently going on.
Or
and yeah, just listen, because a lot of times we listen to respond and we're not hearing what the other person is saying or where they're coming from, which you have to do to come to a resolution. So
and be an effective communicator.
Yeah. So just listen to me, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to listen to me?
Nah, but as far as conflict goes, I've experienced this where you're in an argument or debate or disagreement and somebody starts to hit you with low blows. Well, you did this. Oh, well, I mean, you don't got trust issues because your mama left you when you was 5. Like, wait a minute. wait a minute. That's not the time to use this against me.
So it's like giving low blows with vulnerable information. Like, I shared with you that my mom left me. Right. And now you using that against me. It's like,
all right,
come on.
Why are you bringing that back up? I literally told you this in confidence, thinking I could be vulnerable with you, but now it's used against me, and that's why a lot of men shut down too, because it only takes one time for somebody to say, or you to be vulnerable with a woman, and she comes back behind you and uses it against you, or you find out she tells a friend, family member about something you told her in confidence, and y'all talking about it openly, like, hey, I didn't tell you that so you can tell somebody else. I ain't even want to tell you.
How your grandma know my mama bald headed under her wig? How your grandma know, like?
Oh, all know bald headed.
Oh, huh?
A little bit.
Who bald headed?
All of them.
Shut up, fool. But what about name calling? How you feel about that?
Don't say nothing outside. Don't come at me sideways. Honestly, I was talking about this the other day at the shop. But as far as like cursing at one another, the guy I work with, he was like, oh yeah, you know your wife cuss you out. I was like, she don't cuss at me. But in return, I also don't curse at her because I know that I don't want her putting that type of energy into me. We all may fall short.
That is one thing we had to learn in marriage counseling. Because, baby,
let it fly.
Them cuss words was non-stop out of my mouth. And he was like, well, why are you cussing? I said, because I'm mad. He said, well, what does it do?
Nothing.
I was like, nothing.
Nothing.
He said, don't cuss it. I was like,
it makes sense, sir.
Okay. So it got to the point where if we had a conflict or an issue, I wouldn't be cussing. Nice and calm. Cussing. And I go, whoa. I'm not cussing at you, so don't cuss at me.
I think I was
That's fair.
I think I was too mad. But I listened, though. I was angry.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, he was mad. And I was just like... The one time he didn't stop cussing, I was just like, all right, I ain't listening. So... Just...
But we got over it, though.
We did.
I got over it.
You did.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I apologized. I guess I did. I'm sure I did.
I apologize too. Not about what I was mad about.
But what you said? Or how you said it?
How I said it.
Oh.
I feel the same way right now.
Oh my God.
If you want to talk about it.
No.
All right.
We'll save that for another day.
We can do a short take and put it on Instagram and do a hot topic, and we'll talk about that in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, because I'm not doing this today on here.
Why not?
I will turn my mic off and exit stage left. No.
Oh man.
No, I'm not doing it.
I mean, but some people into that type of stuff. They cool with it. All right.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Moral of the story is remain respectful
when
you have a conflict with your partner or whomever it is. Because if not, that can just take things left, make things worse. And the ultimate end result is a resolution to whatever the issue is. So stay on topic. Don't call names.
Mm-hmm.
And just remain as respectful as I know it's going to be hard.
Yeah,
I know, depending on what happened, what they did. I know it's hard.
Yeah, you talk too much junk about me, I'm gonna start talking about your mama.
My mama come over here and smack you.
Nah. You know I love TT.
They love each other, but they argue like brother and sister. But yeah, so that's pretty much
But it's also, this is another thing with conflict. Some people take the wrong time to address issues. We can't be at your mama's house and you want to talk junk to me or tell me that you mad. Or, hey, you're not about to do that in front of everybody.
No, I feel you.
Yeah, I mean, because some people, the timing is very important as far as getting your point across. Because if I just came home from a stressful day or...
No, let's go back to talking in front of the people.
Oh, yeah. None of it should be...
So, you telling me if I feel away, I shouldn't say nothing in front of my family?
No, you better hold on to it until later on. I mean, just because now you're going to have our families and our business, which that should be it.
Right.
2, you can have somebody else chiming in. Now you about to cause another conflict because you need to shut up talking to me. This ain't got nothing to do with you.
I definitely agree. Keep your folks out your business.
Please.
That's a big issue in relationships. Is
oh my gosh.
Outside
noise, influence into your relationship, especially if you got single friends. Leave your single friends out your marriage, please. Because they gonna turn it up. They semi-envious.
But even
whether
if
or not
it's
they want to say it,
friends that are married or engaged,
they raggedy
but it
too.
Still is like, well, I heard how he was talking to her. I heard what he said to her. Oh, girl, they dealing with XYZ. And then it's like, well, 9 times I don't know the percentage, but it's like more than likely you're eventually going to forgive your partner.
Right.
But once you've blown up in front of friends and family, it's like, well, now they know our business. Now they know we were dealing with this, or they know you had this going on. They know you did XYZ. And it's like, well, now when you come around, they're going to be looking at you like, But meanwhile, you are, hey, I love you. You're my everything.
Right. And they're still looking at your relationship crazy.
And then they're like, well, girl, you stupid. And they start judging you based on what you decide you want to stay or what you wanted to continue to deal with.
Now you feeling
so it's
judged.
like, just keep your business to yourself. I know it might be hard. A lot of this might be hard. But just try to slowly but surely put it into practice. And I'm pretty sure your relationship would be
a lot better,
a lot healthier, a lot more enjoyable. Because nobody wants to live day to day arguing.
Never.
So.
It's also something I said too. If you're in a relationship and whenever you talk about your spouse to one of your friends, you're only telling them the negative stuff. So their perception, or even a coworker, their perception of you is just negative. You don't tell them that you get flowers all the time. You don't be telling them that. You don't tell.
Hold on.
You don't tell
If
them.
y'all have been following our Instagram page,
chill.
you said I get flowers all the time.
You do get flowers all the time, but your flowers be dying fast. You don't be putting that food and stuff in there the way you supposed to.
I put the plant food.
She don't be putting clean water either. She be using sewer water or something. I don't know.
It is fresh water in those flowers. Yeah, we're not even gonna go there because we know what the flowers look like.
But like I said, if you're taking negative stuff to your coworkers, friends, family, they only know the negative side of him. They don't know that he's a nice guy. They don't know he takes care of you in many different ways. They don't know that you're secure with him. But when you take him stuff, it's only negative. And I feel like that's also sometimes what we do to not feel like you're showing off. Because if you have a happy relationship, and everything you tell somebody is positive, they begin to envy the relationship sometimes indirectly.
I do all the time. My man, da-da-da-da. My man, da-da-da-da. My flowers dead, but I love him. All of that.
You had to say that. I promise. I promise you had to do that.
But we being real with the people. They know my flowers get crunchy. It's okay.
You had flowers. You had all them flowers.
Those were my flowers that I made a floral arrangement with.
I thought you were making floral arrangements.
Okay. Let's stop playing all the time.
I'm just saying. You be playing the weddings and stuff.
Anyway, so what if I come home one day and I'm just like, I'm tired.
Tired of what?
I ain't trying to argue with you today.
Tired of what?
I wear many hats, okay?
Oh, let's talk about them.
I'm a teacher.
You're a teacher.
I'm a cheer coach.
Cheer coach.
Well, that's what I would typically come home from doing.
So
what if
you're a wife? You're
okay, stop.
I can go.
No.
You're like my personal assistant, bro. Too.
Okay. If I come home and I'm tired, like, do you have any empathy for me as far as
like
wanting to argue if you feel a way about something or
no?
Why?
I need to tell you about it right now. All right. So if I wait until I feel like the timing is perfectly right now, like I said, not in front of people, but I feel like
that goes along with timing as well. It's like if I've had a terrible day.
All right. So based on timing, you say you come in the house and sometimes you say you're tired, upset, and you don't feel like arguing, but you sometimes have to address certain issues because some people, I ain't gonna say women, but some people tend to forget when things happen. So if you don't bring it up in that moment, sometimes they'll forget. Even if you don't want to talk about it right now, I need to tell you so you can't say, why are you bringing up this old stuff? If I say it now, I had a problem with it then, and I'm not just bringing up old stuff.
I guess. But I can tell you now, it won't be as productive as if I'm not tired. So,
but I'm not saying
keep that in mind.
I'm not saying you would.
Not saying that we're gonna be because no, we doing that type of stuff. We cool. We besties for the resties.
We're not.
We are.
But what I'm saying is, even if you don't talk about it right then, mentioning it right then is important.
I guess just to put it on the radar, like, hey,
yeah, like I have a problem with this.
This is how I'm feeling. I'm gonna let you slide for now, but we gonna circle back.
Or even if you say, hey, I got something to talk to you about. I know you say you're tired,
but
I got something for you.
I got something for you.
I got something for you.
Okay.
That's not true.
I guess I can get with it. That's cool. But let's say we tired of fussing. It's time to find a solution. So for a solution for the problem at hand, what you gonna do?
I mean, it just all depends on if we're talking from the standpoint of, like earlier when we were talking about, hey, I want you to do this like this. We've talked about it several times. Do we now bring in outside sources like family members or maybe a older married couple, or do you seek counseling at this point?
So, of course, this all boils down to communication.
Mm.
So, it's like, well, hey, I've said it this many times, and it's still happening. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Because I done told you this 13 times. You keep on doing this.
So, has there been, like, any type of compromise?
Obviously, there ain't been no compromise.
So, that's one thing that has to happen. It's like, well, there has to be some type of give and take. There has to be some type of negotiation.
But we're past negotiation.
Why?
Essentially. Because if I done told you something 10 times, obviously you ain't listening. Or if you told me something 5 times, obviously I ain't listening. So there's either a time that we need to go out and talk to somebody else, whether it be a therapist or maybe an older married couple or maybe some friends that's unbiased on each side.
We do that a lot. Well, not a lot because we don't argue a lot, but we do have a set of married friends, a married couple that let me call so and so see what she say. I'm gonna call so and so see what he say.
All that, we ain't never on the same page.
Of course, she and I always together, and them two always together. So it's like, what are we even doing?
It's the truth.
What are we even doing? But it always turns out into good conversation.
We always be winning that.
It's funny. Though. It's very funny.
We be winning though.
We be winning.
We be winning though. We turn y'all ass up.
Shout out to y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. But I guess if you cannot come to a resolution, or if it's something that you just cannot figure out, then bring it in an outside trusted source.
Right.
Not a whole crew of people.
Right. Because you can't have them sloppy. Because people can't wait to tell your business. So
somebody that's unbiased, somebody that's going to not tell your business. And then maybe somebody that you know has maybe been in the same situation.
Also,
or
this is another thing. Somebody that's not going to judge you for the arguments that y'all go to and hold you to it later on. It's like, oh, y'all were just arguing. Y'all need to be mad at each other forever. Like, nah, bro, we got over it. Why are you still mad? But family members tend to do that. And that's why a lot of people have to learn who they can trust this information with. Because you're still mad at John. But we been cool for 2 weeks now. Why are you still mad?
Yeah, so somebody that's trusting, somebody that won't pass judgment, because we all go through stuff, we all deal with things. But somebody, like he said, is not gonna hold it against you in your relationship. So,
right. Yeah, I just wanted a divorce that day. I didn't want one the next day.
That's very, very important.
All right.
So you got to say, I'm sorry.
Who?
You. To me right now.
Why would I do that?
All the things you put me through. It's like, now I'm playing. But no, apology and forgiveness, that does play a big role in conflict and arguing.
And the one thing you can't, or one way you can't apologize is, I'm sorry you felt that way. Do not bring that mess over here. I'm sorry you felt like that.
It has to be a genuine apology.
That's not an apology. Don't bring it my way.
Or it's just like, all right, you cool, you got it. My bad. That's just to get me to shut up.
Right.
Like,
I don't like that.
What?
I don't like it.
It needs to be genuine. It needs to be authentic, or we're going to keep going.
See, now you want to argue because I ain't about to do it.
And that's the thing. When it's not felt as a genuine apology, then it's like,
you never heard me out. Yeah.
It makes it worse. It's like, you weren't listening to me. You're just saying this to make me stop talking. And it's like, now you making it worse.
All right. But with apologies, though, I know it's like forgive and forget. But how long is the period of, all right, you say, I said I was sorry, but how long are you going to hold this against me?
Don't worry about it.
How?
Don't worry about it. Ain't no way you about to put a time limit on my feelings. No.
But if you say you forgive me, every situation.
You can forgive somebody, but it's like, depending on the severity of the situation, like if somebody cheated or somebody did something extreme, that takes time to heal from. You can't put a time on my healing and my forgiveness. Yes, I might forgive you, but no, I have not forgotten the situation. Yes, it still replays in my mind. No, I'm not continuing to bring it up, which is another issue.
But I feel like that happens a lot in relationships. You say, "Hey, I forgive you," but you're almost holding my feet to the fire whenever something doesn't feel right, and these are just your feelings. That doesn't mean that something bad is really happening. It's just your feelings. So you're holding this against me.
Not necessarily holding it against you, right, but you can't tell me when I need to get over something.
All right, for example, because say
I may feel different about something than you. You might be the sweep it under the rug type of person. Keep it pushing. I might be the person that can hold on to it for forever.
I'm holding on to it.
So it just depends on the person as well. But you can't put a time limit on my healing from whatever you did to me or whatever the situation was. You can't say, "Oh, you should be over that by now." Excuse me?
No. All right. So you don't have to get over it fast, but at the same time, it should be some type of grace given to the person that did something too. Just because it's like
I don't know.
Every single time we get into something, I don't want it to be thrown in my face like, well, we're talking about taking the trash. We're talking about taking the trash out, but you like, well, I mean, did Tanisha help you take out the trash when you was at her house? It's like, oh, wait a minute, why are you?
You're not necessarily throwing it in their face every time.
You are throwing it in their face.
No, you're not. So I can still be holding on to something, but I'm not revisiting the situation. I'm not throwing it in your face every time.
Right.
But I might still feel a way about it.
People do that,
but I'm not projecting it. I'm not saying it. I'm not.
You just
bringing it back
feel
up.
Like that.
I still feel a way. You can't tell me, "Oh, you need to get over this." I'll get over it when I'm getting ready to get over it.
But I feel like that.
But I'm not saying, "Oh, you and Tanisha, you and Tanisha, you and Tanisha. Oh, Tanisha this." So you're not hearing it. I might not even be displaying feelings about it, but it still might be something I'm dealing with personally, internally, but I'm not voicing it to you.
I guess that's fair.
Because bringing it up every time something happens,
if you're not displaying it, and I feel like a lot of men, especially cheating men, they deal with that a lot. They shouldn't be cheating in the first place. But when a woman chooses to stay, or a man chooses to stay, the other person constantly bringing it back up, dragging them through the mud, telling them this ain't right, that ain't right.
So that's not going to help anything, because it's like the person's going to constantly feel beat down, or the same issue going to keep being brought up. Of course, they don't feel good about what they've done, but it's like constantly revisiting it or bringing it back up isn't going to help progress a relationship. You're not going to grow if you're going to continue to bring up stuff from the past.
Question though, is there a proper way to apologize though? Like,
the best way to apologize, especially if it's something like a behavior or something you want them to not do or to start do, is by action. Yes, I can say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I won't do this again." But it's like, show me.
All right, but
like, your words mean nothing if you're not showing me.
So what about those people that
the change?
Let me just tell you how I feel. They're more action oriented. So when something bad's happened and they kind of shut down, they're like, "Hey, I'm telling you, I'm sorry. That's pretty much all I got for you. I can show you that my actions going forward will be better than the actions that I displayed before." Where do you go from there? Because I don't have a lot of words for you, but at the same time, I just want to show you that I'm truly
I need to
sorry.
See your words in action. If you're truly sorry, we shouldn't keep revisiting this same situation. I shouldn't be saying the same thing. If you know I don't like XYZ, why am I continuously saying, "Why are you still doing this?"
Can there be in this process of apologies and forgiveness, if the person wants space.
What space?
I mean, you should be able to take your space, whether it's, hey, I need some time away from you.
Baby, it's 3 spare bedrooms in this house. Pick one.
I don't want to be around you.
And we married and live together?
I need space.
What you mean space?
Time apart.
I don't do that.
Why not? But that's you. You say I don't do that. But what about me?
So that's a first date question. How do you define space? Okay.
Space. I need time away.
Because then it's like, oh yeah, we were on a what is it? Oh,
break.
A break because I needed space. No.
Why? I mean, but
that's
if you have an issue in your relationship and it's big enough to where you say, hey, I need a little space. This is getting too much for me. I'm in my feelings. I need time to process these feelings.
Go downstairs.
Nah, us being in the same space ain't really good.
Well, then we just need to go ahead and just.
But why? It's like you're throwing away the relationship just because of an issue, and for me to process
that means
the issue like I want to do it.
That means this probably ain't the first, second, third time.
We don't know.
So at this point, you're not listening to anything I'm saying. You're not taking into account my feelings, because 9 times out of 10, I told you before, I'm not okay with whatever keeps happening.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you continue to do it, you pretty much not listening to me. You don't care. It's pretty much what you're saying.
Well, if I need some time away from you to miss you a little bit more.
No.
So you're going to throw away a relationship because somebody needs space?
Well, it might need to be thrown away anyway because apparently something keep happening.
We don't know what that something is.
Well, we're not going to find out either.
Oh my
I don't know about the whole space thing.
But it's funny.
I guess it depends on the couple. It depends on the people, what they're okay with, what they find suitable for whatever their situation is. But for me,
no. All right, so I was in here watching the other podcast, and the dude said you can kind of learn from conflict and problems. He said he didn't want to be with somebody that they never had an issue. He was like, I don't know how she's going to treat me if I go broke. He don't know how she's going to treat him if he get locked up. Or, like...
Get locked up.
But what I'm saying is, you don't know what you have until y'all go through something. So shouldn't that be some type of ground to be like, hey, I really like this person. Oh, he about to go do 90 days in jail. Will you hold me down for 90 days?
90 days.
90 days in jail, bro.
What's that, about 3 months?
That's 3 months. It might be 2 months.
I'll hold you down for 3 months.
What, 6? What about 6? Come on now.
I got you for 6.
Yeah. Come on now. A year? And we supposed to do life and you talking about a year? You can't hold on to a year? A year? 365 days?
Would you hold me down for a year?
No. But we're not talking about me. We talking about you.
Yeah, I see this. So why wouldn't you hold me down but you expect me to hold you down? What is happening here? What? Because what?
We different. We are
we
different.
Show off. Apparently.
But it took you a lot to think about.
I'm glad I know. I hope I don't go to jail.
You ain't go to jail.
Okay.
But with conflict though, obviously, like I said in the beginning, two people are never gonna get along 100% of the time. So
of course not. But so there are types of conflicts that I'm willing to say, hey, this is just regular petty stuff, day-to-day stuff. Then there are some things I'm like, okay, like this is where I draw the line. You playing in my face. So if it's on some playing in my face type stuff,
it's a no-go.
Okay, baby, I'm going to jail.
Why?
What? What you mean why?
You being too aggressive.
I am. Because why you playing in my
But
face?
can't you learn from that? I mean, all right, cool. Because people make mistakes. We're not even.
First of all,
people make mistakes every day. That they
so
or
some
hold
things.
up. They make mistakes every day.
Okay.
So, isn't everybody due for a mistake? Or, and I know you're automatically thinking about just cheating because that's what women think about. But isn't what if
cheating is not a mistake. Cheating is 100% a choice.
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
Okay,
you don't cheat by mistake. Oh, you don't send this text by mistake.
What if it ain't no text?
Oh, you don't smash this girl by mistake. Oh, you don't kiss this girl by mistake.
People do crazy stuff all the time.
It's not a mistake. It's a choice, and you just hope not to get caught. Cheating is 100% a choice. It is not a mistake. I don't care. Oh, I was drunk. Don't want to hear it. None of that.
People get drunk every day.
And it's 100% a choice. If you know you can't handle your liquor, what you getting drunk for? If you know you shouldn't be around XYZ, why are you around this person? If you know you shouldn't be in this environment.
Because it was Thursday.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know. I was just
and
saying,
I'm going to jail.
I don't know. I don't want you to go to jail.
Cheating is 100% a choice. Can't nobody tell me nothing different.
All right, well, if I want to be a boxer?
What are you talking about?
I mean, what if somebody hit somebody? Or, like, because it's other factors to just, because I think you always thinking about cheating.
What do you mean if somebody want to hit somebody?
That's what I'm saying. Like, not me, but in a relationship. Somebody decide to hit somebody. Whether it's the woman hitting the guy hitting the girl. Is that cool for, like, a second time around? Or it's automatically out, throw the relationship away?
I do not support domestic violence. Did I say domestic violence? Domestic violence.
Speaking in cursive.
At all. So, either way, male hitting female, female hitting male, none of it's okay.
Okay. That's fair.
But you have some people, that's their thing. They like to get slapped around a little bit. Oh, he loved me. Okay.
He don't rock with you at all.
But that goes back to the individuals, and some things work for some people, some don't. So you need to know who your partner is and what's allowed in your relationship. And that goes back to communication.
You definitely gotta learn conflict resolution, though.
Oh, 100%. But my thing is when the stuff repeatedly happens, then what? It's like, hey, I done told you I don't like XYZ. I told you to stop doing XYZ. You said you would. You apologized. It seemed genuine. It's like, now to find myself having this conversation with you 6-7 times, then what?
Throw the relationship away? Or seek therapy?
It's something deeper.
All right. So
because you know how I feel. You know it upsets me. You know I'm not okay with it, but somehow we keep finding ourselves in this same situation. Like there has to be a
common ground or
deeper root to this that keeps making it happen.
Do you think individual counseling works?
I don't know.
I'm asking.
I'm sure it does.
This is an open question.
I know people that go to therapy and counseling and they love it. So I'm pretty sure it does. But it doesn't work if you're not practicing what you're learning. So it's like if you go to therapy or couples therapy and they're giving you
I'm talking about individual. Because I feel like
even then, so if they're giving you a list of exercises or things to put in place for your relationship and you're not doing it or you're not using it, it's useless. Because if I keep repeating myself, it's going to get to a point where it's like, look, I ain't about to keep doing this. Either we going to figure this thing out and again, that depends on the severity of whatever is continuing to happen. Like, you not putting the trash bag back in the trash can. I ain't going to leave you for that. But it's like, dang, put the trash bag in.
But I do be doing it. 99% of the time. It's only when you're here.
You did it today?
I don't know. Did I?
No.
When?
Earlier today. It doesn't matter. But like I said, it depends on the severity of what is continuing to happen. Because some stuff, like I said, I wouldn't continue to deal with. But again, that goes back to the individuals and what they're okay with, what they allow. Some people might think, oh, this is more severe than what I think it is. Okay. Or they might say, oh, that ain't that bad.
All right. Well,
so, to each its own.
This concludes episode 3, Unfair Fights. You can follow us on Instagram at
the Marriage Experiment
Podcast. What's your thing?
Us. What's my what?
What's your thing?
What thing?
Like, subscribe.
Guys, make sure you comment and subscribe below. Ring that bell for notifications.
All right, y'all.
Peace. We need to take a picture. I like do a shot and hold it for the beginning.
A shot? What do you mean?
No, like a picture for the beginning.
Just start it and take a picture.
No, like right now we can just hold it. And then just like...
Make sure our cards.
No, we need to like...
I feel like I think that's what I'm saying. I feel like we always get it from us. Like,
so we need to look like we're fussing each other.
You was just fussing at me.
No, you need to fuss at me too.
I'm not a fusser.
Like that.
I don't know if that worked. Let's see.
Okay.